Hell yeah, brother. Hello, and welcome back to Hunter Tuned. I got the Mustang pulled out of the shop right now, warming up, and I'm about to take this thing for a little ride, take it for a cruise, and get the tranny fluid warmed up a little bit, because I'm going to change the transmission fluid in it today, and I figured it would drain a little easier when it was warmed up. So yeah, we got some fluid. I got some Type F fluid. So this is Ford fluid. I think it's the thinnest. That's at least what the drag racing guys say. They say that the Type F, you know, you get better shifting and all that kind of stuff. So I think a thinner fluid might actually help me, because my transmission has issues when it's cold, but once it's warmed up, it works perfectly fine. So I'm thinking maybe the fluid in there is just a little too thick or something. So I'm gonna change out the fluid. I got a couple parts here for the Honda. I wanna show you guys that in a little while as well, for the new build that I'm gonna be doing on the hatch. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna take a little cruise. We got a little oil drain bucket here. Surprisingly, these things actually work very well for draining fluids. If you just buy these little totes at frickin' Walmart or Fleet Farm or wherever you guys got, these little like carrying totes, they hold like 60 quarts of fluid, and they're like 10 bucks. So great investment. I mean, the only thing that sucks is they're a little bit tricky to drain. You don't want to fill them all the way to the top. We did that on the one at the unit, and we spilled some fluid, but Christian's gonna try out the old tote here for the first time, and gonna change his oil outside. So I'm gonna go take a ride, and he's gonna change his oil, and we'll pick up in a minute. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where you been? Working. A lot. He's a working man now. Yeah. People wonder where Christian's been. He's got a job, and he's been working the hours. Yeah. The old man's been working him. Yeah. That's gonna stop in like 3 weeks or so. 3 weeks, he says he's going to be having less work, so maybe he'll be out here more and, you know, doing vidges. Oh, yeah. Yellow! That pour, though. Collar from my holler. I wonder if Outlaw would be okay if I used this in my video. I don't know about that one. Hey, what was that? Really? Hey, you're the funnel holder. Sorry, I had to pause the music. I didn't want to get copyright. Oh, good job. Yeah. We're putting some Resolute Type F in there. Oh, yeah. We just drained all the fluid out of the Mustang, and pivot. Just adding some fluid back into it now. And we're gonna try to maybe do something with the dyno today to try to be able to move it easier. T-Bag actually had a good idea, which is a first for T-Bag. But T-Bag kind of had a good idea, and he's saying that maybe we can just weld plates onto the dyno here, so we can fit a jack under the plate, like have a plate that just kind of sticks out, or it'd probably just be on each end of it, I would think. Pivot. And we can just use the plate to jack up on, and then slide the dollies under it to maneuver the dyno where we need it to go. So might do that. Otherwise, we are going to see if the Mustang's good. But I would like to throw the Mustang on the dyno and whatnot too. Well, we're out here in Mexico, and flush tranny out of the Fox body, the Mustang, I should say. And you can tell we did a small little burnout, and heading back to the shop now. I don't know what we're gonna do after that, but it's pretty impressive. I got that on video. You want to step on that or something, Christian? Yeah. Is it What are we doing, Christian?
So I had some horseshoes in my car, don't ask me why. And we're making a lift for the dyno. That's how it's set up right now. It's only for front wheel drive, because when you put a rear wheel drive on, you gotta back it on, and it doesn't turn the right way. So we're gonna make lift points to put the carts underneath, spin it around.
Redneck engineering.
That's what I'm saying. Just gotta hit that with a little John Deere yellow. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck, look factory.
Alright, dude, I don't think that's gonna go anywhere, but.
Hunt a tune, going in for dyno pull. This is the first time I've ever seen a dyno run with a car on it. Yeah. It's not as loud as I thought it would be, though.
No, it's not.
No.
Wow. That was a lot of horsepower, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's on 14 pounds of boost, so it's probably making like, I don't know, 600-700 horsepower. Wow. That fucker came into the boost, like it loaded it good.
Yeah.
Everything's loading up really good. But, man, when that fucker lights over 10 pounds, it's like...
You should be able to see it on camera.
Spinning?
You could literally, yeah. Because you watch... Oh, you watch...
We could turn the dyno off, hang on.
But you watch the roller go from looking like this to straight black.
Really?
Yeah. And then you let off and it kind of fades out. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes me feel a hell of a lot better though, because dude, it felt super stable.
Oh yeah.
On the dyno, like the car never moved or anything, didn't shake, didn't do nothing, and we loaded it good. Did it puke out of the fucking vent at all? No, it didn't. Dude, we're good. But the that was third gear, dude.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's like 130 mile an hour probably.
Yeah, like I was just telling Hunter.
But I'm like, I don't know why I feel better with the Mustang trying this out, but I just do.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do a fourth gear pull in the Honda, but I'm like, I don't know, the Mustang just feels better, and if it flies off, it's going out the door, you know?
Yeah.
But, dude, that felt super good. It's just, we can't, now we got to just get it to stick, but yeah, I don't think that'll happen with this car because it makes so much damn horsepower.
Yeah. Well, and like I was telling Hunter,
We can go get some adhesive spray or something to get it to stick.
I think we should test it out. Because obviously, if the adhesive spray, if it works on this thing, it'll work on my car, it'll work on your Honda.
Yeah, this is like overkill testing.
Yeah.
Like we're putting the fastest shit on this thing.
This is to see if it breaks.
Yeah, to see if it breaks car. Oh, wow. That shook my fucking ears, dude, when it came into it. I was like...
Oh, see? It was just constant for me. It's awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Went up a little bit. There's 40. All right, guys, so we ended up putting the Mustang on the dyno after I changed the transmission fluid. We kind of went out, did some burnouts, had some fun. maneuver the dyno around. We had to, you know, change it for rear wheel drive because I wanted to test the Mustang on the chassis dyno here. Currently letting it cool off. We've been doing a bunch of pulls on the dyno with the Mustang, and the dyno for the most part has held up very well. We are actually coming off of the back roller, so we are actually doing a burnout on the back roller of the dyno. As you guys can see, right here we have a lot of rubber on the roller because the tire is driving into this roller, not spinning on this roller, but it's spinning on this roller. So I don't think the power measurements would have been skewed, but the tire was just literally smoking on this back roller here. So we have to get a situation where we can maybe run a strap across the back too here to sink, or, you know, sink. Hey, that's good. Turn it, stop. Yeah, we don't need that much. Michael's playing with the pressure right now. He's kinking off the return line. I don't want to make more pressure though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like it's good where it's at. But anyways, so we want to maybe get the car to sink down into both of the rollers a little better, because currently it's got more tension on that roller than it does this one. So we need to kind of even it out so it doesn't spin. Like these tires are just glazing over right now because you know, the back roller, it's not sinking down on there. Just need a better strapping solution really, and this wouldn't be a problem if the car only made like 500 horsepower, but this car makes you know, 600 or 700 horsepower, and we're trying to be able to utilize a lot of horsepower on the dyno. But I don't think it'd be an issue either if it was a Honda, because Hondas don't make this kind of torque so instant. When, you know, like this is a turbo V8, so it comes into like 500 foot-pounds of torque like flick of a switch. And when it does, it kind of got the water brake a little warm. This is the hottest we've ever gotten the water system on the dyno. We got it up to, what was it, 120? 120 degrees Fahrenheit for the water. So that's pretty damn hot for this brake. We just kind of wanted to see, you know, whatever. I had the dyno loaded quite a bit, you know, and it worked, but we definitely got the brake a little warm. So it's cooling off now, but it did overflow out of the relief valve on the bottom there right when I turned the pump off. So we did a bunch of pulls, and I got out of the car right after I did a bunch of pulls, and I unplugged the water pump and I unplugged the dyno, and it started spilling out of the relief valve. So I think what we're gonna have to do from now on is we're just gonna have to leave the pump circulating water for, you know, 5-10 minutes after we're done doing a bunch of really high horsepower stuff, so the dyno can cool down. Alrighty guys, so we ended up pulling the Mustang back off, and we know that the dyno can do, you know, that much horsepower. The brake will do it. It just gets hot. Clearly it gets very hot. We just have to let the water circulate through the brake to kind of cool it off after we do some runs with, you know, that much horsepower. But anyways, we do have to worry about traction now. We are doing some pretty nasty burnouts on the rollers now with that much torque. So we will probably have to get some dyno sauce or some, you know, spray adhesive to spray on the tires, just like all these other guys do when they you know, put a lot of horsepower down. We're gonna have to do that, but for the most part the dyno is just working really good, and I think we're not gonna have any problems once we get some spray adhesive and figure out a way to get the dyno to where we can pull rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive cars on whenever we want easily. So what we've been thinking is we want to put the damn dyno in the ground, but I obviously I don't know if the landlord's okay with it, and I don't know if you know, if we're only going to be here like a year, I don't know if it's worth putting it in the ground. But at the same time, I really don't know if it's worth continuing to move it, you know, spin it around 180 degrees every time we want to switch directions of cars. So that's another problem that we're running into, because the air line is only long enough to reach over to that side. We have to move the barrel, the water drum over here, and we had to take the wiring off the wall. We had to do a bunch of stuff to get it to this point to be able to run the Mustang on it. So that's another problem that we're kind of, you know, debating on running into or whatever. So if we have the dyno set up, we can run the wiring, you know, once the dyno's in a stationary place and we don't have to keep moving it around, for front wheel or rear wheel drive cars. The wiring and stuff is not a big deal. We can situate that fairly easily, but I don't know if it'd be easiest to have it in the ground, like say right in the center here, so we can pull front wheel drive cars on backwards and have the back of the car be by the bench over there, and then have the front wheels kind of driving outside, and then pull the rear wheel drive cars on forward like this, or what we want to do yet. I'm not exactly sure. I think we should set it up so the front wheel drive cars can face in. But then the flywheel would have to be on this side, and we didn't want that because, yeah. We don't really use the flywheel on the dyno, so we're actually thinking about getting rid of it, getting rid of the flywheel. That would be an option. If we got rid of the flywheel, I would want to put the dyno so we can just pull front wheel drive cars right in. That would be ideal. And then rear wheel drive cars we would back in, right?
Yeah.
Is that how that would work? Front wheel drive would be...
Yeah, because you back the Mustang in.
No, that's what we did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We would have to pull it in,
Yes.
Yeah.
all the way in.
Yes.
So front wheel drive car would be, the back end of the car would be sitting out, and then a rear wheel drive car, it would just be sitting farther into the shop. That would be ideal. That would be perfect, I think. To have, probably just get rid of the flywheel. We don't fucking use it. I did try it out a few times and it works really good.
Up until 50.
Up until like 50 or 60, because like the belts start squealing and the belts start, like they're all stretched out and shit, So I think it just sucks, because if that water brake ever goes out, that would be a good thing to use. But then again, I don't trust it over 75 miles an hour, because that's what it's rated for. Yeah, I don't know. We're still working on this and still thinking of what we can do. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll pick up another video probably tomorrow. I kind of want to pull the motor out of my hatch and start working on doing some of that. I was actually going to do that today and film some of that stuff with my hatch, but we ended up doing all this instead. So maybe we'll work on the hatch. I'll show you guys the new motor, our new block that I plan on using, new crank, new head, new a lot of stuff. So get that thing not spit and blow by all over, and maybe some more progress on the dyno coming soon. So yeah, I still haven't ordered that Your Dyno thing. I really want to. It's just trying to budget money and try to be smart about it and don't spend a bunch, and I don't know. Order some injectors, bros. Order some turbos on my website. If you guys want to see more dyno progress, just pound the website with orders, and
Pound it.
and then we'll be dialed. Pound it, bro.
Pound it, bro.
Pound it. All right, guys. See you later. Have a great night and a better tomorrow, and we will see ya.